Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. As you can see, I have the Type R pulled in the garage, and what that means is the CRX is with its new owner. I hope the new owner is enjoying the car and will enjoy it for a long time to come. It is a little bit bittersweet getting rid of that car since it's been here for the past 2.5 years, but I am looking forward to moving on to some new projects, as well as just spending some time on my own cars here, getting these things like I want them, because the Classic Hondas on the Dragon is coming up, and I want to spend a little bit of time on the CRX, getting it cleaned up, making sure the maintenance is up to date on it, and maybe doing a few upgrades if the parts come in, because I'm not sure yet. I've got something on order, so stay tuned for that, and hopefully that will show up and I'll be able to do that video before Classic Hondas on the Dragon. Today's video, though, I'm going to be jumping over here and looking at these Motorsports Mudflaps for the CRX. These Mudflaps are really hard to find for the OEM front Mudflaps on the 88 to 91 CRX. And Make It So on YouTube and Instagram. Spend some time and money to design the file for the 3D printing of the Mudflaps, and EFBMotorsports took that and they ran with it, and they have spent a lot of time and effort to get these Mudflaps printed out, looking great, and something that they can offer the CRX world for something that's kind of overpriced these days and really hard to find are the front Mudflaps. So let's take a look at what they have come up with, and I'm excited to share it with you. Alright, what I have here is a set of OEM style Mudflaps from EFBMotorsports. These are 3D printed, and the design is actually based on the Make It So 3D scan of the OEM Mudflap like I was talking about. The only difference is the Honda logo on the OEM Mudflap here is not included on the aftermarket one, just to avoid any trademark issues whenever they go to resell these. These are actually currently available on their website, so definitely check them out. I will leave a link down below for these. Now, the 3D printed Mudflaps are a little bit heavier than the OEM Mudflap, and I think that's just because the material used. He was telling me they are made out of a 95A TPU flexible material, which is UV resistant, as well as 100% infill. Now, I don't really know much about 3D printing, but I do know that means it's a solid Mudflap, and it is a flexible material, and UV resistant means it's going to last a long time in the outdoors and the sunlight. Now, you can always paint these with some sort of flexible paint. There are different flexible paints available. One here is an SEM Color Coat flexible plastic paint. That would probably work on this material with a little bit of prep work. Because the 3D printing process actually does have a little bit of a texture to it, the lines in here from the printing, as well as a few minor small defects from the nozzle getting clogged or something like that. Just any 3D printed product is going to have those kind of things that have to be cleaned up after the fact. Now, as far as cleaning up is concerned on these, he said it takes about 40 hours to print a set of these, and there is about a 40-minute cleanup time or prep time to get these things ready to actually ship out, because there are supports that are in here, because I think he said these things are printed vertically like this just to avoid any issues with separating the support materials from the actual product itself. And with the prices of the OEM Mudflaps exceeding $300 for a pair of the front ones, this is a really good deal considering you're getting a set of brand new OEM style Mudflaps. I think he's going to price these at $150 plus shipping to wherever you are in the US. So let's go ahead and get these things put on the car. I'll probably just put one side on the driver's side, like I took off the driver's side here, just to see what they look like and see how well they fit up. as you saw, these things went on just fine. It's actually a little bit better than the OEM ones because the OEM ones have that metal washer sandwiched between the inner and outer layer, and over time those things rust up, and it actually leaves less to actually bolt up on the car with. Sometimes you have to put a larger washer on the actual screw just to hold it on. These holes are just perfect for the screw to go through, hold it on really tight. The flexibility, as you saw, was really nice. So honestly, these things are superb in my opinion. Definitely awesome that they're going to be making these and having these available. They are available in limited quantities because it takes so long to print these out. It's like 40 hours, like I was saying. So it's a long process to make these things a final product. But it's definitely worth it in the end, especially if you want some front mud flaps and you actually cannot find them, because they are difficult to find. And when you do find them, they are a little bit overpriced in my opinion. So definitely check out EFB Motorsports, the link below, and get you a set of these and support the businesses and the people actually making parts for these old cars that are really hard to get.